Remember this mysterious image from the other day? Well, let's take a look at the real deal today. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and today we're going to kick off the winter season update with the much anticipated Townhall 13 update. But quick disclaimer, this is a developer build, so this is not my real account, and anything that you see in this video may or may not change upon the release of the update. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get directly into Townhall 13. Obviously, you are seeing a Townhall 12, and Townhall 12 is where we saw the weaponization of the Town Halls. That's really where the game dynamic changed by taking what was a resource building that held resources and turned it into a weapon. And with that being said, it can only be anticipated that Townhall 13 as well is going to have a weapon within it. And so we did have the Giga Tesla in the Townhall 12, and so we're going to go ahead and upgrade to Townhall 13, and you're going to see that the hit points are going to jump up on this. This is going to be the possible animation or artwork for Townhall 13, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade it from there. Don't worry about what was underneath that, because we'll release that in the upcoming future. So we do have a Townhall 13 level 1. So just like Townhall 12, there are going to be exactly 5 stages of Townhall 13. Okay, so starting with the appearance of this Town Hall, looks like we have nothing around the bottom side of it. We do have a level 1 Townhall 13 as identified by the Roman numeral on the side of it. We have a teal theme going on with a dark elixir purple and the black accents, and then you also have the gold above the doorway. Now you will, as you move up to the top of the Town Hall, you're going to notice that it looks like there's hinges right here and the top of it opens up, and you are absolutely correct. Inside this Town Hall we have the Giga Inferno tower. This is level 1 Giga Inferno tower. These are the possible stats for that tower, and so this thing is going to be done exactly how Town Hall 12 is done. Obviously, defensive seeking troops will not be able to activate the Town Hall, but some form of damage to the Town Hall will activate the Giga Inferno tower. And so the Giga Inferno tower will operate similar to the Town Hall 12 predecessor. However, when we take a look at the stats, you're also going to notice that there is a new icon here that says effect duration 0 seconds. And what that means is that there is going to be a bomb that drops after the Town Hall is destroyed, but there's going to be a duration effect or an effect added on to that bomb, which we will start seeing as we move into level 3. Moving into stage 2 of Town Hall 13, you're going to see a 25-point increase on damage per second to the Giga Inferno tower, and we're going to see some minor changes in the artwork. You're going to notice that there is going to be a stone pattern that's going to be built around the Town Hall. Looks like we got like a little bit of a sidewalk going on, so to speak, and there's not a lot of changes to the Town Hall design itself, minus the addition of the Roman numeral 2 on the side of the building. Taking a look at the Town Hall 13 level 2 in action, you're going to notice that there is a significant amount of damage done to these balloons. Now, this is basic replays for you, just to show you how powerful this Inferno Tower really is. It takes us a lot of damage off of those balloons, and we do have to use the Grand Warden's ability, as expected, as done at Town Hall 12, in order to save the life of our balloons and carry them through the Town Hall. Next up, we're going to take this Town Hall level into stage 3, and this is where we are going to gain the effect duration. It's basically like a frost effect. It's not a full-on freeze effect. We're going to place that in action here in a second, but you're going to see another 25 points added to the damage per second on the Town Hall or the Giga Inferno tower. And so there's not going to be any changes to the Town Hall, minus the addition down here at the bottom where it looks like we have a moat appearing. So it looks like we got a moat being built around the Town Hall level 3, and as we go back into the stats, you're going to remember that we had an effect duration of 4 seconds added on to the Town Hall. And what this means exactly is that the Town Hall will be activated the same exact way as in previous Town Hall versions or stage versions, and you're going to notice that these balloons are going to take a massive amount of damage moving into the Town Hall, trying to approach. We're going to need to use that Grand Warden's ability to take this Town Hall down, and then the bomb underneath is going to activate, and then you're going to see a frost effect slowing everything down for exactly 4 seconds, and then our troops are going to continue to move into the next direction. Next up, let's go ahead and move into stage 4 of Town Hall 13, and as anticipated, we're going to possibly see an increase in gold and elixir on Town Hall 13. So the price of this Town Hall is going to possibly go up from a lot more than what you're used to at Town Hall 12. Now we're going to move into to level 4, and you're going to notice that there's going to be a couple of increases here. 25-point increase to the damage per second with the Giga Inferno Tower, as well as the effect duration of that frost effect. And as you saw in the previous example, it wasn't exactly a freeze effect. The troops were still moving, they were still able to do damage, but they were slowed way down. They were not able to be actually frozen in place, so they were able to continue moving on. But enough of that, let's go ahead and move into stage 4. And stage 4, the appearance of that moat is going to become a little bit more defined. We got a little bit more accents across the bottom of this moat, it looks like. And it's a very beautiful design, also identified by the Roman numeral 4 on the side of the building. And so as we take a look at stage 4 in action, it's activated obviously the same exact way, and it does a massive amount of damage to these balloons very, very quickly. Now you'll notice that it's only 4 targets, just like the previous versions. The Grand Warden's ability does have to be used in order to save the life of our balloons, but as they move past and they have to deal with that 6 seconds of duration of frost time, the troops are slowed down for exactly 6 seconds, and then they're going to pick back up once that freeze duration ends. And last but not least, let's go ahead and move into stage 5 of Townhall 13 with a increase of 25 points to the Giga Inferno Tower, as well as an additional 2 seconds to that frost effect duration. So it's going to equal out at exactly 8 seconds. Now, as we take a look at the visual changes, that moat is more defined. It looks like we got some rocks going on down in the bottom of that moat, very well defined down the bottom, as well as the Roman numeral 5 on the side of the building. Now, this building will also open up at the top, and it looks like the Inferno Tower does gain some size, and the amount of damage kicked out by this Town Hall is incredible on these balloons. You're targeting 4 points just like before, and it is absolutely roasting these balloons, just straight up roasting them. As they move into the Town Hall, they're going to require the assistance of the Grand Warden's ability, and then that frost effect is going to go off, locking those troops, kind of slowing them down for about 8 seconds as they move into the next target, and then they're obviously going to pick back up to normal speed after that effect wears off. In this next display, we have a Townhall 12 on your left and a Townhall 13 on your right, both Category 5 respectively, with the Hog Riders moving in at a similar level. That way you can see the 2 weapons in action, as well as the Giga Bombs going off, and the effect from that freeze effect that's dealt by the Townhall 13. You'll notice that the Hogs on your left have already moved off the map, but the Hogs on the right are still there. Next, we have Bowlers moving into those 2 different Town Halls, and they're both similar levels, with the Grand Warden's assistance to assist our Bowlers, but the Bowlers on the right have to deal with the freeze effect, slowing them down as the bowlers on the left are able to move freely. Next, we'll have some balloons moving in, but we have to activate those Town Halls first. Balloons are dropped, then the Grand Warden, and they're going to move in, and you're going to see the damage dealt by the 2 weapons as they take on the Giga Bombs, and then that freeze effect on the right dealing to those balloons as they slows them down, and they're unable to get into that Eagle Artillery just yet, and then they'll finally arrive there and take it down and move on. Next, you're going to see some dragons, and we got dragons moving into those 2 different Town Halls, and they're able to take it down no problem. We're not going to use the Grand Warden's ability here. You're going to see the damage dealt to those dragons as they are slowed down on the right and able to take down that Eagle Artillery. So what about the healers? So healers and a Queen Walk. You have to be cognizant even at Town Hall 12 with the healers being in range of the Town Hall 12, but this also applies to your Town Hall 13 with the beams from the Inferno Tower tearing up those healers and destroying them and taking them out. Okay, so now that you've gotten to see all the designs of the new Town Hall 13, as well as all the different stages and the levels of the Giga Inferno Tower, that is a mouthful. Giga Inferno Tower, that's a whole lot, but it's definitely a new feature that's being added in, and I don't know which one's cooler, with the Giga Tesla or the Giga Inferno Tower. They're both really sweet, but I just don't know how to determine like what is the best. Now, I'm kind of stuck in this location right here. I can't move the screen around too much because I'm not allowed to reveal but so much. The Town Hall is supposed to be the key for today, so I want you to be able to see it in action and what it actually does. Now, the previous examples were pretty good examples, but we're going to play some Electro Dragons on this bad boy and let you see what it does. Now, we have a dragon over there working on some funneling. We're going to drop another E-Drag over there in a second, and I know you guys are going to have like a ton of questions about this just by seeing the Town Hall, and then you're going to be wondering what's coming up next, whether there's going to be some new troops, or whether there's going to be some new heroes, or whether there's going to be some new defenses and stuff. And just stay tuned, guys. We're going to have a lot of great stuff coming your way because Clash of Clans did a really good job on this Town Hall. I mean, it looks really good. I personally do like the color scheme of this bad boy, but I mean, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. That teal and purple color is really, really neat. And you'll notice there with that freeze effect, 8 seconds, slowing those troops down. The troops are not able to continue to progress through their targeting as quickly as they normally would. So even with the Grand Warden's ability, you still have to worry about your troops being slowed down, and that's something that needs to be taken into consideration with the advancement of this Town Hall. So yeah, that's going to pretty much wrap us up for today, guys. That is a lot of awesome stuff, and hopefully you were able to get something out of this video. If you have any questions of your own, drop them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer what I'm allowed to answer. And smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.